I struggled with being overweight for my entire life, but after learning this one thing, I was able to master the art of weight loss. If you're anything like me, you probably grew up fat your entire life. You were fat as a teenager, fat in elementary, you got picked on, last one in PE, all of the above. That was me as well. I tried for a majority of my life to lose weight, and I was really insecure about it when I was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, all the way through high school. I was always trying some way, some method to lose weight, right? Whether it was starving myself or just not eating with the other kids. I was always fat though. I'm sure you can relate to this, which is why you clicked on this video. The first time I was able to kind of make a breakthrough was when I joined the wrestling team in high school, but I don't really count this because it's not really sustainable year-round to do 2-hour-long wrestling practices, which is just intense cardio the entire time. Even still, I always wondered, why do I put fat on so easily, and why is it so difficult for me to get lean? Why do I have to do 2-hour-long combat wrestling practices just to lose a little bit of weight and starve myself to make a weight class? Around this time in high school, I started researching different methods like on how to get lean, how do you lose weight, how do you get a six-pack shortcut by Mike Chang, right? Six-pack shortcuts, man. Shout out. If anyone remembers that, shout out. Yeah, I came across several things. I actually tried Insanity by Shaun T and P90X. I forgot the guy that made that. This is a long time ago. Yeah, I saw these programs. What did I do? I'm not on a sailboat. I'm not on a ship, but call me a pirate because I pirated that shit. Woo! Yes, I pirated it because I'm broke, I'm poor, don't have money, especially not at the time. Not paying hundreds of dollars for these programs. This was dope. It worked out a little bit, but same concept. You're doing like an hour's worth of high intensity, training and cardio, which you just can't keep up with long term. It's just very taxing on the body. Even as a young teenager going through puberty, I still was like, bro, there has to be another way. Like, I'm the only one doing this and I'm not even lean yet. Like, what's the deal, right? Then I started trying some weird ass diets. Like, I remember trying the banana only diet, and my parents were confused. Like, why do you want us to buy so many bananas, bro? And I was like, just trust me, let me get shredded, watch. And that only lasted like a day because I had like 12 bananas that day, and I was like, this is disgusting. I don't even like fruit anymore. There's no way you can do this and get shredded. If you're anything like me, you probably have gotten to this point before where you've tried a couple of things, tried a lot of things, whatever it is, and you just feel hopeless. I felt hopeless at this point. I was like ready to just accept my fate as a fat dude and just be happy with it. But then I watched a video of one of the greatest natural fitness YouTubers ever, Kino Body, Greg Gallagher. Shout out to this guy. I'm a huge fan of his. He's helped me a lot, and he was talking about something about calories, counting calories, calorie deficit. What the fudge is that? And I was like, bro, like, I don't want to be a computer science major for food. I don't want to look at the freaking zeros and ones of food and calculate it. But I realized, look, this is like my last resort. I'm sure you've thought about calorie counting, but you're like, I don't want to weigh all my food. And let me be honest with you, this is where the breakthrough happened. I decided to suck it up, drop the ego, and just give it a shot, okay? I did the whole calorie counting thing. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not exaggerating. Calorie counting literally saved my life. This was the turning point in my fitness career. Like, for the first time ever, I was able to watch the scale on a weekly basis actually drop 2 pounds, and I started losing weight on a consistent basis every week just by following the numbers. And I'm like, there's no way you turn food into digits and just eat below that and just like everything goes back to numbers. Data actually saved my life. Counting calories is the one skill that changed my life. Now, before you click off the video, I know you're like, oh, this is what I clicked for. This is the one tip. I thought it was going to be something insane, like freaking he drinks unicorn piss and he gets him shredded. No, dude, like, before you click off, hear me out. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, you have to do extra work. Yeah, you're always going to be mad at your one friend who just wants a good friendship with you. But since he's naturally lean, you always have spite towards him, and you're like, that bastard is eating cheese pizza and he's leaner than me. I want to kill this guy. Yeah, you're going to feel that way. This is what it is. This is your genetic archetype that God gave you. Just be thankful you can at least work out. And you have the choice to eat less. Some people are starving and it's not on purpose. We could choose to starve ourselves. Isn't that cool? So do yourself a favor and put a little bit of extra effort in. Learn how to count calories, because you only have to learn it once. And then the rest of your life is smooth sailing when it comes to nutrition. Now, if you're wondering how to even start, let me help you out. This is how you want to start. The first thing is first, okay? Before you even start tracking, you're going to do 2 things at the same time. The first one is you're going to just start consciously making healthier food choices, okay? Let me give you an example of how you eat more healthy. Take a look at this picture right here. This is a new pyramid. You want to do primarily protein and then primarily vegetables, okay? Then grains like cereals, rice, stuff like that. And at the top is, all the extra stuff, okay? This is how your plate should look every meal. These images helped me a lot kind of understand, oh, maybe I should eat less cereal and like more chicken and vegetables. Like maybe it's not just a meme chicken and broccoli. Like you could spice it up. Sometimes I'll have tilapia and carrots, right? You know, you can switch it up. It doesn't always have to be boring, but I want you to do that. Start to make these choices, eat a little better, and at the same time, this is what you're gonna do. Download a calorie counting app. It could be MyFitnessPal, it could be any of the other ones. I think MyFitnessPal is the most widely accepted. It's just so much more user friendly. Just download it. And actually pause the video right now and download it. I'm dead serious. Actionable step, do it, because otherwise you're not gonna do it. You're gonna watch this video and say, maybe I should get into calorie counting, and then you're gonna go back to watching Yu Yu Hakusho, and then go into the next episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Bro, dude, actually take an actionable step. So pause the video, download MyFitnessPal. I'm gonna coach you through this. Now, do this for 2 weeks. Just make one better health decision every single day, okay? Maybe you're like, oh, I wanna eat ice cream for dessert. Instead, today, we're just gonna eat orange slices. We're gonna eat applesauce. We're gonna eat some fruit for dessert. Every day, make the conscious decision to make a better health choice. Little by little, you gotta stack the wins. At the same time, you're gonna learn how to count calories. If you mostly eat prepackaged stuff, just get in the habit of, Kirkland nut bar, 180 calories. Like just type it in on the MyFitnessPal app, add it to your daily list, okay? Don't worry about how much to eat, how many calories, how much protein. All you gotta do for 2 weeks, make a little bit better choices and track, even if it's not that accurate, just track the food that you're already gonna eat. Put it into the diary. Even if you're not entirely sure of like, oh, is this 120 grams of banana? I don't know how big this banana is. Bro, just put one banana. It doesn't have to be exact. Is this a cup of broccoli? It might be 2. Bro, just get in the habit of entering it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be super specific, okay? The point is, you get in the habit of tracking and you get in the habit of making a little bit better decisions. After that, now we can get into the specifics. Then you can start learning things like your maintenance calories and how to eat in a calorie deficit. But the first step I'm going to leave you with is just spend a couple weeks making better choices and getting in the habit of tracking. After you do that, go back to the learning material and go watch a video on how to actually calculate a calorie deficit for yourself. I actually do teach all of this in my ebook, my fat loss ebook. First link in the description. You don't have to buy it, but I go in depth on how to calculate your calories and how to do all that good stuff. Why do I stress it so much? Because that's what helped me. That's what worked for me. This is literally what I spent a long ass period of time learning, and I packaged it perfectly in chronological order for you to learn it much faster than I did. Because like I said, I tried so many different things. Counting calories was the one that I will never regret learning. Now, calorie counting did work, but what else worked? There are a couple other things that helped, and I want to give them to you. Intermittent fasting with intuitive eating. Yes, this is what happens after you count calories for a long time. You start to just understand food and understand what's good and what's not and how much to eat. You know, once you get to that point where you just know what's healthy and what's not, you don't really have to count forever. Counting calories is a skill you learn once, and then you can turn it on and off like a switch. The fasting portion, I personally enjoy fasting because I like to save most of my food till later in the day anyways, because I get the productivity boost early in the day because I don't feel lethargic from eating, right? Fasting actually increases my focus personally, and I get to save all my calories for later in the day. This is where you want to get, so you don't have to count calories for the rest of your life, but you can't skip any levels in this video game. Okay, you don't go from tutorial island to defeating Elvard. You have to scale with it. So first you learn how to eat, then you track what you're eating, then you learn how much to eat, and after you learn everything, then you can pull back and decide, I'm just gonna eat intuitively. I hope you really, put some effort into learning how to count calories. Stop putting it on the back burner. I know for a fact you've heard about it and you're like, oh, I don't want to, that's so extra, bro. I don't want to have to learn. Do I really have to learn? Yes. Okay. Life is all about learning. Take it as a challenge and have fun with it, bro. It's honestly really fun to learn a new skill. So with that being said, this is Ski Mask Duets signing out. Let's create the best version of ourselves to give to the world. Okay, peace.